Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away and it's new build day. And believe me, if you are a big fan of motorsports, you are going to love today's build. I'm going to be building the 2023 Max Verstappen RB19 Red Bull racing car. Now, the folks over at Deagostini Collectibles have actually sent me the first two stages of this to show you today, so I am going to really look forward to that. More so for the fact that I've already seen the finished car. Now, again, the folks over at Deagostini invited me out to Barcelona recently to see this car in person at the F1 track in Catalonia. Now, this is a really impressive car. It's a 1/8 replica model licensed by Oracle Red Bull Racing. It's made of die-cast metal and ABS. It's got a detailed bodywork and chassis featuring all the aerodynamic intricacies of the original car. It's sleek signature red, yellow, midnight blue livery. The steering wheel turns and the wheels rotate. The rubber tyres with 2 replacement sets of tyres for alternate weather racing is included. And it's a faithful replica the revolutionary Honda RB19 1.6 litre V6 turbo hybrid engine. This is going to be an amazing build. Now, if you do want to get this for yourself, I have put a link to Deagostini Collectibles website down here. At the moment of making this video, it's not actually available. We've actually had the first run out for a week and it's sold out. There is going to be another wave coming in though, so you will be able to get this for yourself. So just bookmark that link there, and also that QR code on the screen. But without further ado, let's get cracking. So before we start, we did get a letter which accompanies this build, just showing the car there, and on the other side there is just saying how to log on to keep track of your account there. Just going to put that to one side and I'll show you stage 1. Now, from what I understand, in Mexico and the Americas, the South America in particular, you do get the Checo Perez, the Sergio Perez version of this car. But for us Europeans, we've got the perfect Max Verstappen one. So this is the magazine here. All about the car, all about the Red Bull team, looking just like that. Speaking of Devil of Perez. And this is what we get in the first stage. We do get a screwdriver with this that we can actually use as well, showing step by step how to put it together. So by the end of the first stage, that's how it's looking. And this is what that first stage looks like. It's an absolutely massive pack, that big. Let's open it up. Now here's a tip when you open these up. If you just break the backing just off the back here, just like this, what you can do is then peel it back, hold the top down, and then pull this out like this. And then what will happen is it will stop all of this springing out when you're trying to open it. I do that for all of these builds. This is the screwdriver that comes with it. This is a PH0 Phillips head screwdriver. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to lay these out as they're going to fit on the car like that, because I've got to screw these in from the other side, which means I've got to flip them over. So I do need this bit here first. Turn that upside down, and by doing that, it does mean that I've got to flip these like this and like this. And then that means I'm ready to put these into position. Now, the first one that we've got here is just going to go into the hole just at the back there. And it's going to be held in with a size A screw. Now, they do come in their own bag here. And just get that lined up and screw that into position. Perfect. Do the same with the other side. Make sure your screw stays true to the thread below it, and then that will straighten out this part for you here. So that means I'm now in position to put these bottom ones just on here. That's going onto the lug just below it. Once again, held in with an A screw. Get that in tight, and at the same time we just want to make sure that this clips in on this side just here. So that's going to be held in just like that. Put the last one in. It just goes in here. Before I tighten that up again, I just want to make sure that these are clipped into position here and here. Then tighten the screw up. So that is how that's looking. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, all we've got left to do is just the front wing. Massive one, this one, looking like that. Just turn this over. This is just going to be going into this position just here. Like that. And again, held in with 2 of these A screws. One there, and just one on this side here. And with that in place, that's how that looks, and that's all there is to do in that stage. Now you tend to find on these builds, they'll give you a spare screw each time. So the spare screw's there, but that leads us swiftly on to stage 2. That looks just like this. Here is the magazine, looking like that. And again, we're now going to be putting that last front wing on. We've got some side panels here as well. We've got the halo in this one as well. So we're putting these into position here. We're not doing anything with halo though, but we do get to see how that looks. Once again, another big pack. Check that out. Again, against my head. So there's everything we got in this stage. Let's have a look at that halo because we're not actually using it in this stage. Now this is solid metal. Don't know if you can feel that. All the details have already been put on for us, but that is pretty impressive, isn't it? Look at that. Okay, I'll put that to one side. The first parts I am going to need though are these 2 end plates, looking like that. Got some screws, some A screws again in here. Bring over this section again. So I want this side first, looking just like this. Now these have got notches just in the top there. Then those notches are going to go into the notches you can see at the bottom there. So it's just a case of lining them all up. So let me get these in. So you put them in from this end. 1, 2. Make sure they're all fitting in nice and smooth in here. Now they do take some pushing to get in there. So what I suggest is you put one in first, then go and move to the next one. And when they're in, they should look just like that. Perfect. Do the same on the other side. And the way I do this, put the bigger one in first. Really push that down and then put the back 2 in straight after. Just like that. And if you've done it right, it should keep itself in there. No problems at all. Just like that. I'm then in a position just to put the last wing on, the front here. Now again, we've got some tabs just on the ends here and here, and I've got this locating lug that's going to go into this position just on the end of that wing there. You can see the little hole. So I'm going to put that in that little hole there and then push these tabs into their last position. One there. And one on that side just there. So they're all in nice and smooth there and there. And that looks just like that. Okay, turn this over and I want to close this all up now by putting the other side of this nose cone on, which is just going to go in here like this. That's going to hold everything into place. And once again, I need 2 of those A screws to hold this together. So one here and one just below it there. And there you go. With that in place, that's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in the first pack. And that is how it looks next to me. Pretty impressive, huh? Now remember, we've had that, and we've also had this solid metal halo here as well. So not a bad way to start a brand new build, huh? I love it. I just love how all the decals have already been put on for us, so we haven't got to worry about that. Pretty impressive. Now, once again, if you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description. I've also done that QR code on the screen, but I really hope you've enjoyed New Build Day. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.